What is going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be breaking down why Mars has a 46.51% win rate. Now, this hero has been seeing a lot of competitive play success, but his overall win rate has not been going up. It's been pretty much staying within the same rank, and this is mostly because Mars takes a shit ton of coordination to actually get the right amount of value from to be able to play this hero. This hero isn't the hardest hero out there, but he just requires you to play with the right team. Make sure that your team is going to back you up when you're going for an arena play. Unless you're going for a solo support pickoff, then you don't really need a whole lot of help, as God's Rebuke and Spear do quite a bit of damage on their own. But if you're going to be trying to get a big kill on an enemy carry who's really tanky or a very elusive hero, then you definitely need to itemize properly for that and get your team to back you up every single time. So Mars is a really strong offlaner. I definitely don't think the win rate is very consistent with how strong he is in the meta. I just think it's just a pub issue. Most pro players are either picking or banning this hero right now. It is extremely popular, and I think that will eventually translate over into pubs. I think pubs win rate is definitely going to change a little bit within the upcoming weeks. I think it's going to be a lot more meta as an offlaner. So if you guys are Mars players, this is good news for you. If you guys are not, you should definitely pick up Mars. He's a very fun hero to play. Usually I would recommend you guys to play Mars with heroes that do AoE damage, such as Invoker with Cataclysm, Luna with Eclipse, Crystal Maiden's ultimate, and you should also think about playing it with Dark Willow, just because Bedlam is so strong. Once you have Blink Dagger on the Mars and you arena somebody and they put Bedlam on you, that target's pretty much almost guaranteed to die. It's sort of like an axe, where these big initiator heroes really benefit from playing with Dark Willow, and she really makes your life a lot easier with stuns, so you can easily set up your spear. So definitely consider that. If one of your friends is playing Dark Willow, you should consider playing Mars if it's a pretty decent game. The build I recommend going on Mars right now, the most popular build right now, is Soul Ring into Bracer or Dual Bracer. It depends how hard your lane is. Sometimes you go for one. If it's a really tough, very harassed lane, then you should go for two Bracers. Then you go into Phase Boots and you get a Blink Dagger. Now this heavily depends on what your matchups are against. If you're facing very elusive heroes, then you go for a Eul Scepter. Eul Scepter is extremely strong, and it's practically unavoidable for you guys to get a very easy spear into arena. So against heroes like Puck, Tinker, these types of very elusive heroes, Ember, you can easily get very nice arenas and very easy spears, very easy kills by playing with the Eul Scepter. Is definitely very strong. But if you aren't facing against any elusive heroes, then you can go for BKB. You get Shard, especially when you're going up against illusion heroes. Your Shard is really strong. It's very decent damage, so you should definitely consider that. And if you do want to go right click for the end of the game, you should get an Aghanim Scepter and a Desolator. I've seen a lot of players going Revenant's Breach. It's become really popular. It's a very strong item build. I don't think it's something that it's good every single game, but Revenant's Breach is something that's going to be really good for you to have that extra magic damage in the late game. So you should definitely consider that if you're facing against very physical lineups where they have a lot of armor. Revenant's Breach could definitely come in quite handy, but the Aghanim Scepter is nothing to scoff at. That is definitely for the late game. It's not an item you rush or anything like that. There's a lot more important items, but Aghanim Scepter eventually could become quite a strong toolkit, not only for pushing, for doing quite a bit of damage. And if you end up buying the Eul Scepter, you can eventually get a Wind Waker, which is a really good item. It gets you out of really sticky situations, and it's become a really popular item in the meta, so definitely keep that in mind. And now I'm going to be breaking down his best and worst matchups. So Mars is typically good up against heroes like Drow Ranger, Slark, Wind Ranger, Sniper, even Arc Warden to a certain extent. These backliners he does a lot of work against. Slark in general just doesn't do very good against this matchup, but that doesn't mean they can't beat him in lane. A Slark can beat a Mars in lane, so can a Drow Ranger, so can a Wind Ranger, so can a Sniper, because they're all range heroes. But if you're playing with the right support pairing and you understand how to play Mars properly, one landed spear could be the difference of you winning the lane and getting extra kills, and the difference between you not getting anything out of the lane. So definitely pay attention and try and synergize with your support and play around the tree so you can land spears against these squishy heroes, and you're going to be doing a lot better. But once you blink on top of a Drow Ranger or Wind Ranger or Sniper, one of these backliners, you're going to blow them up with God's Rebuke, and with a spear inside an arena, you're going to be always doing a lot of damage to these heroes. And just that extra control you provide for your team, assuming you have already told your team what you're going to do and they back you up, it's going to be easy kills non-stop. Some of his bad matchups are Ember Spirit, Huskar, Lone Druid, Faceless Void. Ember Spirit just does a lot to Mars. He just has so much mobility that it makes it very difficult for Mars to end up catching him, hence why building a Eul Scepter is so nice, because once you manage to catch him, you can throw a spear, and there's just nothing the Ember can do. It's just a very free catch tool, and it's very important for you guys to be building that. Same with the Puck, except the Puck isn't really that deadly to Mars. It could definitely kill Mars, but it's just not a very terrible matchup for him. Huskar is just a hero that just obliterates Mars. If you can manage to jump him and catch him in the arena, Huskar is going to have a lot of issues, but you need your team to back you up. This is a hero that needs to be played in conjunction with your supports or with your carry. You're going to need your team to be playing Mars. This isn't a solo offlaner hero that just goes and does his own thing. This is a hero that is made to be played around your team. Heroes like Lone Druid can live inside the arena and not really care a whole lot about Mars's combo, but again, if your team is right beside you, Lone Druid is going to have a lot of issues, especially if one of your teammates has built a Spirit Vessel. Lone Druid can definitely have a lot of issues with that. And Faceless Void, obviously, because he has Chrono, and once he has Mars inside of Chrono, Mars is most definitely going to die, so it's just a really big problem for the hero. If you are able to get him inside the arena, Void can have a lot of issues, but you need to have enough damage, otherwise he's just going to time walk away and pop BKB, and he's just going to Chrono you, so it's just a very difficult matchup. It all depends on Mars getting the jump. If you are the one getting jumped, you can have a lot of problems, so you need to make sure you're the one doing the initiation. Play him sort of like an axe, where you need to be out of vision, jump in, get a big arena, and throw a spear and land it, and make sure your team is behind you, and you're going to see a lot of success with this hero. Otherwise, you're going to have issues if you're trying to do your own thing and not playing around your teammates, hence why this hero's win rate isn't that high in pubs, because the coordination in pubs is really difficult to get. You're playing with a bunch of strangers, and not everybody has the same ideas as you, or they don't want to listen to you and they want to do their own thing. That's why this hero's win rate is low, because it depends on your team being together with you and being in the same synergy, so you can have the most success with this hero. But I definitely enjoy playing Mars right now. He's really strong in the meta, and he hasn't been meta for a while, so it's just nice to see a new offlaner back in the meta. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys learned something, leave a like and a comment, and let me know if Mars is one of your favorite heroes. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.